Alright, let's dive into the wild world of late-night TV, where the lights are bright, the jokes are sharp, and the conversations are never boring. There's always something brewing behind those studio doors, and this week was no exception. Bill Maher's latest episode of Real Time just dropped, and honestly, it was one for the books. The energy in the studio was electric, and you could tell from the get-go that this was going to be a memorable night. If you missed it, no worries, I've got you covered. Whether you're a diehard fan or just tuning in for the first time, this episode had something for everyone. First off, the monologue. Bill wasted zero time coming out swinging at the Trump and Elon Musk saga, comparing them to Godzilla versus King Kong, except, if Godzilla was on ketamine and King Kong had a really bad comb-over. The audience was in stitches, and Maher's delivery was as biting as ever. Classic Maher. He even joked about Musk wanting to start his own political party, cracking that the convention would be a blast considering all the rumors about Musk's, recreational habits. The crowd loved it, and you could see Maher relishing every punchline. But the real highlight? Whitney Cummings. She kicked things off as Maher's first guest and, wow, she did not hold back. Whitney brought her signature wit and a fearless attitude, making for a conversation that was both hilarious and surprisingly deep. She talked about her obsession with robots, owning a sex robot, having a robot replica of herself made, and the weird reality that you age, and they don't. It's a little unsettling but also kind of fascinating. Whitney joked about the uncanny valley and how her robot double is always ready for a selfie no matter what. Whitney took it even further. She joked that her robot breastfed her baby because, let's face it, with all the microplastics in our milk these days, robot milk might actually be safer. The audience cracked up, and Maher couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. It's the kind of joke that only Whitney could pull off, blending social commentary with outrageous humor. Only Whitney could make that funny. She has this way of taking the weirdest topics and making them relatable, even if you've never thought about robot nannies before. She also explained why she skips Botox. She wants people to know when she's mad at them. In a world obsessed with looking perfect, Whitney's honesty about embracing her emotions, and her wrinkles, was both refreshing and hilarious. She joked that if she ever did get Botox, her friends would have no idea when she was plotting revenge. And when a New York profile painted her as sliding to the right politically, she responded with her signature snark, saying maybe motherhood had her thinking about hunting coyotes. She riffed on how being a mom changes your perspective, and how suddenly, protecting your kid from wild animals, or wild headlines, becomes a top priority. Then came the panel. Jonah Goldberg and Stephanie Ruhle sat down to debate the usual suspects: tech, politics, and AI. The conversation was lively with plenty of sharp takes and a few unexpected laughs. Ruhle didn't shy away from calling Elon's involvement with Doge a huge wasted opportunity, while Goldberg laughed off the idea that Bill Maher himself could be replaced by artificial intelligence. The panelists joked about what an AI Maher would sound like, probably a lot less sarcastic, and definitely less likely to get cancelled. Maher's reply? I'm not typical. Fair point. He reminded everyone that no algorithm could ever match his unique blend of cynicism and charm. The panel agreed. There's only one Bill Maher, for better or worse. And in classic Maher fashion, he wrapped things up with his New Rules segment. This time, he argued against Democrats searching for a liberal Joe Rogan. Instead, he suggested they focus on winning back the people who feel left out by both parties. Instead, he said, why not just win back Rogan himself? And Musk, for that matter. Maher pointed out that these cultural icons have huge audiences, and maybe, just maybe, it's time to bridge the gap instead of widening it. Maher's advice to Democrats: appeal to the folks who are disillusioned by Trump, because sometimes when you elect a bull to run through the China shop, you end up being the China. It was a clever metaphor, and the audience seemed to appreciate the reminder that political chaos can have real consequences. All in all, this episode was a roller coaster of laughs, hot takes, and thought-provoking moments. Whether you're into politics, tech, or just a good laugh, this episode had a bit of everything. It's the kind of show that makes you think, but also lets you unwind and enjoy the ride.